Welcome, welcome,
Oh
welcome,
shit.
welcome, welcome, welcome,
In the
welcome everybody to
meantime,
the show. How are you guys doing?
what's happening?
DP, are
What's
you
up?
with me? DP, are you with me?
I'm
Oh
with you guys.
yeah.
We
Oh
we have a
yeah.
we have a big show for you guys today. We have a big show. A lot happening in the world of soccer, football, choose whatever you want to call it. So just before we get started, people, you as you can see what I've got in the bottom, like, subscribe, and click on Anthony Bell. Don't be shy. Click on the bell icon so you can be notified when we have a new show. And we're gonna go straight into the show. I think we go straight into it because yeah, in football shows we don't mess around. We get straight to the point. We don't carry on like loving and dating our lives where the show carries on for 13 years and they still never get to win, reach, and say they're gonna break up. So we get straight into the show. The Champions League mess up. Yo, chance. I don't know what to say about that. So
Say it.
I'm going to start off by saying, telling
Yeah.
everybody,
Can you
our
explain
viewers.
exactly what really happened? Because I actually got it from you and I was like, what?
Yeah, so I'm going to start off first by saying, when the draw happened, we got the draw that happened. What happened was that United got. Let me give me 2 seconds. I'm just bringing this up for myself here. United were drawn with PSG. And if you know anything about United and PSG, that's like a revenge match because we've first time they beat us, we beat them, we came back, it was a big rush. So United got PSG, and everybody was like, "You're gonna get thrashed." Messi's there, and this and that. So you know me, I'm always gonna be like, you know what, we'll beat them. And then it was the Chelsea and Lille and Sporting and Juventus and Inter and Ajax and Salzburg and Liverpool. I was actually excited about that one. I can't remember why. And Atletico versus
Short.
Bayern and Villarreal versus Man City and Benfica versus Real Madrid. But Twitter was going crazy and I couldn't understand why. Then I saw there's something about the draw was wrong and everything. So I'm going to explain why. So basically, what happened was when you win your group in the group stages, you go
You
to the
see
top
that.
of it. And then
Mm.
you seed it into a certain A, B, C, D, E, F,
And you verse a
whatever
second
going.
and you verse a team who comes second or whatever group.
Yes, and you can't verse your team from your country. Like Man
And you
United
can't
can't verse
yeah.
Liverpool.
And you
Yeah,
can't
but you
verse and you
see,
can't verse a team that came first. So you gotta verse a team that came second. That's why it's important to come first. Yeah, carry
yeah,
on.
that's why it's important to come first. But Man United were not put in a group of winners. They were like IDs, lighties. They don't
But
win nothing.
maybe that's what that's where you all are. You're not a group of winners anymore. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, but that's
They
just a
won the
personal
group.
opinion
They
because
won
we,
the
we
group.
didn't win the
They
group.
won the
So
group.
I know.
we were we were not put in the pots of group of winners of the runners. Atletico Madrid was drawn, which while Liverpool you mistakenly put into a pot, but to potentially face Atletico Madrid, despite playing them in the group stages. So if
Yeah,
you played them in the group stages, you couldn't play them.
can't
So
play
it was
them
a
again.
complete mess up. Then I don't know who highlighted them. They were like they're gonna have to redraw it. But here lies the problem. Now they redraw, and now obviously my take is, you know what, bro? If we had PSG, I was excited because personally, it's Ronaldo and Messi again. Something
Mm.
is like disappearing, and
Yeah.
we're never going to see as football fans. That is the
Probably
two
the,
biggest
probably
names
probably the
in
last year
football
we'll
here.
ever see something like that again. Yeah.
And that's why I was excited to see them, bro. This is big. Ronaldo knocking Messi out, Messi knocking. No, it's big. And then obviously the trophy happened, and United gets Atletico Madrid. It's also big
Shoo.
because if you know anything about CR7 and Simeone got heavy
Simeone.
beef. Yeah,
Mm.
they got heavy beef. They had lots of words and doing celebrations, doing all those funny things. So we got Atletico Madrid, which I honestly don't know how I feel about that.
Ooh.
Liverpool got Chelsea again. I mean, Chelsea got Lille again.
Yeah, that's the power of the Russian bear. You see when money change hands. You see when
Money
money
change
change hands.
hands,
Money change
dude.
hands. But you see, you know what? Let's be completely honest. Corruption took place today. We live in South Africa, so we can see it. The rest of the
Yeah.
world is like,
Long.
no. Let me tell you a story, a quick story, just for people who don't know the story. Sepp Blatter, as he as a disgraced FIFA, whatever, right? Do you know one of the things that Sepp Blatter and them done in one of the World Cups? I think it was in the 1998 World Cup, and this came out in Michel Platini's memoir. Do you know that France and Michel Platini rigged who they were going to play in the group? They rigged their part to the final. Bro, this thing came out
Sure.
it was a big thing. You know what they did, and I couldn't believe that you could rig a draw. You know what they were doing? they used hot and cold balls. So, for instance,
Sure.
if France had to only be with let's say the teams, let's say i- if I remember correctly, I can't remember the group. It was South Africa, it was Saudi Arabia, I think it was Denmark and France. That was the group. I stand corrected, but I know Saudi Arabia was in our group. That was the year we had Hans Fonk and Pierre Issa and them. That year, that year when Thierry
Yeah,
Henry and
Issa
Zidane
scored
lifted up
all
the World
goals.
Cup. Yes, what they did was in the draw, DP. They had hot and cold balls. So, for instance, the people who were drawing the balls had to only grab cold balls. And then so because I was wondering how you rig this thing. I thought, oh, the balls go around and you feel, hey, there's a cold ball. You let the hot ball go. You grab a cold ball. That's how they rigged the world. They see, read about it. Google if you don't believe me. France rigged their route to the final. They wanted to play Brazil in the final. So
Yeah.
today, money changed hands, guys.
You
This
know
never
what?
happens.
And you know what? As South Africans, this is the benefit of staying in South Africa. You know
Yeah,
why?
we know
We
it. We
can
can
smell
see we're not
corruption
dizzy.
from far.
We're not
You see,
dizzy. You saw that
you see,
stadium in the
the
Eastern
rest of
Cape.
the world, the rest of the world, and Europe would say it was a booby. It was, it
It
was, it
was
was, it
null
was,
and
a, it was
void.
a
This
booby,
this was
right?
null and void. Just
Such
do
a
it again.
mistake. We
Do that.
saying corruption, money change, and on that, just on
Yeah,
those teams, we talk about Man United. I think you know what you're regretting that you didn't have PSG
I
because
think so too.
PSG is a team of stars. You can tramp your foot, swear your mother, and the game is over for
They're
player.
not a team.
Atletico, oh, soldiers. They will fight. They'll. That's a
Mm.
tough match.
They'll
Huh? That
piss
is
on
more
you. They'll
tougher
choke you.
than
They'll bite your
PSG,
ear. I
and
think
that's
so too.
Simeone. So, hey, that is a tough one, DP. I think that that's a turnaround for me. I think
Yeah,
you're
I
out.
know.
If PSG was still the round, I'd have actually put my money on United to win that match. It happens.
That
Cup is like that. You got history, and you're like, we can step on the pitch and beat PSG, but Atletico Madrid, hey, they're coming
mm,
in biting ears.
yeah.
So, hey,
For me,
tough
I
one.
saw PSG. I think I have to second. I have to second and kind of agree with Tristan. Did you saw how PSG played against Man City? Bro, Man City were well. Man City is a different league on their own when they show up.
Yeah, when they
Oh, they
do
ran
show
they,
up.
they, they ran a mock over man. I think Pep had a point to prove they ran a mock over them home and away. Yeah, obviously they lost away when Messi scored. I think they lost 2-1. I think, but at home Pep had a point, bro. So I have to agree with Tristan. Uh, m- because look, let's be honest, Man United is not. Man United is a shadow of who they were, and I think also Ragnick. Look,
He's a
since all is
consultant.
gone,
He's
yeah,
talking like a
since all is gone,
consultant. He's not.
he is. He is. He's talking like he's getting paid big margins to eat donuts and milk, and that's a problem for me. But it's okay. It's your team. You deal with it. What I'm trying to say is this: since all is gone, 4 positive results, which is generally what happens when a coach leaves, right? There
Blue
was the
Broom.
draw against Chelsea and in 3 wins or whatever. But I think this is where now the cat gets put among the pigeons. Because when you go in the Champions League, you're not versing Norwich anymore. You're versing Atletico Madrid, you're versing PSG, and this is where you bend over and you go and take your cuts.
Definitely.
That's my opinion, bro. I'm sorry,
eh,
Darren. I know you don't want to hear this,
No,
but
no,
you're
no, no.
allowed.
I got no problems with opinion, and that's what's great about it. It's just an opinion.
Mm.
So I think since
Mhm.
we were on United, we were never gonna go that direction. But since we on Ralf Rangnick, I think we should just carry on with him and move on to the next topic. So my
sure.
my opinion on Rangnick, bro, he's brought some what is it?
What? What has he brought?
Wait, let me
Wait,
finish. Let me
man. Let
finish.
the man
He's brought
finish. Let
some.
him finish.
Think about it. Think about it. The first thing he said is he wants to
God,
stop
mothers
that thing
in
of
laws,
us
but
letting goals go in completely and we no clean sheets and there's no control. Think about it. But if you watch our games, as much as we battle to win that Norwich game, we control the game. We still
mm,
control that
Norwich.
game. Think.
What you expect?
No, no, fair point, but bro,
What you
but
expected?
let's
You
must
need
remember,
to,
must
you
remember
you
it's
need
it's
to
it's, it's Norwich,
dominate
bro.
them.
Okay, let's look at let's twist it around like
Norwich.
I told you earlier. You what was the score with Leeds and Chelsea? 3-2.
Yeah, you need to understand something. Chelsea, the problem
No,
that
no,
you have
wait,
to
wait. Let me
no,
prove my
no.
point. Let me prove my point.
Okay,
And we
okay, okay.
trash Leeds. And we
But
trash Leeds. This is the Premier League, bro.
you
It
can't do that,
happens.
Aaron. You can't say I
No, I
beat this team,
know.
you didn't beat that team. You must understand something. Chelsea play attacking football. When you play attacking football, you're vulnerable in the back. That's just how football works. Well, that's how football works.
Seen is showing a big nose. He's saying it's the ref's fault and not ours. Thanks for that
Against
comment,
whom?
Senior.
Look,
Against Norwich.
look, I think also we also need to. I mean, Ralph. What I'm gonna say is this: every coach comes and the players turn up. It's just how it works.
Yeah, he wants to get a position.
I've seen y'all run up to the next 5 or 6 games, bro. As the Premier League, but y'all should win every single one of those games, and that's gonna confuse y'all. That's what happened with Ollie. Ollie came in at about 6, 7 games where because the team was doing so bad, they expected y'all to lose, and then he won 6, 7 games, 8, 9 games in a row, and they were like, "What is it? The wheel? Give this man the graft." And that's what I fear for y'all because they got. I think they got Burnley, they got Palace. I know they're quite tricky games, but on paper y'all should win them, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think
games we
that's the
should win.
problem. I
Short.
think that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, if you listen to his press conference, he said he wants the graph. He stood outside Engine's gate. He's like,
Sure.
Nani, you remember me? Lani, you
Separate.
know, I had your friend last week and he caused big props. He almost burnt
Yeah,
down
yeah,
the
yeah.
engine
No,
with
no,
the
no.
rod. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
No, at least
Yeah.
he wasn't by Sook for this craft. There was no connection call. That's what I like about this craft.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
we came in based on. You see, you know that artisan bro. That, oh, well in my butt, laka, bring him. That's how you got the craft. There was no connection call. So let's see what he can do, bro. I have
100%.
absolutely no
What's your
faith.
opinion, Pip?
No, no. I just think he's a consultant. He's not a coach. We can move on.
That's it. Well,
Yo. So I think we'll,
let me
we'll leave.
let me just say this in closing. Let me say this in closing. Pizzo Mosimane has
Say
won more trophies than Ralf Rangnick. Tell me
we
about
should have
Ralf
brought him
Rangnick.
in.
Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he in the
Before,
zoo?
you
He's
know
a
what?
spider. Though. Who is he? But who is
Yeah.
he? Who is
No,
he?
but leave him and let's move on. This United thing is like
Alright,
boring now. You know what I think?
alright.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
No,
so
DP, good luck for the rest of the season, bro.
no, but Fahim with his handsome photo there on the bottom left where he
Sure,
agrees
Fahim's
with
looking
Combo.
lucky in that picture.
Thanks,
Wow, yo,
thanks,
you
thanks. That's
see?
my homie. You know, the man knows football, bro. The man understands this game. Who is he?
How can you
No,
disagree
Fahim's,
with such
I
a
can tell
picture
you
like
Fahim's
that,
on
you see?
holiday, so he's
Oh,
probably drunk as we speak. That's why he's
I
agreeing
do
with
like a
you.
mafia. Right, no stories. Carry on, let's move on. Let's move on. Keep the ball rolling. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
so there's give me 2 seconds. The next thing we have is we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna go to the Chelsea and Leeds game. I think we should discuss that. And yeah,
Nah, nothing to
Skip
discuss.
it.
let's hear what your
Thought
let's hear
we
your opinion
skidded.
on that game.
We skidded.
You've
I
been
think Chelsea's
skidding, huh?
bro. Owen Hargreaves came up with a very important and actually well calculated point. Between Chelsea in the past 6 games have actually conceded more goals than the whole of Thomas Tuchel's tenure. And he put it down to something which I haven't thought about yet, and actually it actually made me think about it. He said Chelsea's main 3 defenders are out of contract. Antonio Rudiger,
Oh,
uh, Cesar Espelaqueta, and
Christensen, huh?
I think it's
Christensen as well?
Christensen. I think it's
Yeah,
Christensen.
Christensen.
They're
It
out
is.
of
It is.
contract. They could go for free. So basically, in January they can sign pre-contracts with other teams. And he was saying maybe that's causing a bit of instability in the back because also we're doing what Pep's doing and we got a big squad, so we're rotating. We're making 8 changes at a time, and it's disabled the team. So I think Chelsea's philosophy is going forward. We strong. The defense has been our main holding point, and I'm a bit worried that if we don't sort out, because for me our best defender at the moment, possibly our most consistent player, is Rudiger. Man's playing like
100%.
Mufasa. He's playing like a
The man's
beast.
a
Maybe he's playing for the
fighting
contract.
general, bro.
He won for penalties this weekend. So I don't know. Even the penalties, I think the penalties were soft. Chelsea got away with it. I'm
Mm,
honest and fair about it. I think we 2 penalties were over the top.
agreed.
While you're on that point, Fahim made a point that Rudiger linked to Madrid and they don't want to pay. So
They'll,
personally, I don't think he'll
they'll
leave
get
though.
him.
I think he's looking.
I think they're
No,
gonna
I
start.
think
They'll
he's
They'll have
get
looking
him.
for
They'll
he's,
get him. They'll
he's
get
looking
him.
for increase, bro. He's looking.
Madrid will get him. And
nah.
Madrid
I
are at
think
a point where now,
Chelsea Chelsea lock him. Man, he just won the Champions League, bro. Wait, But Real Madrid and Barcelona are no more who they used to be. They can't attack the players they want anymore.
Bro,
Let
is
them,
if
you just
listen,
won the
if
Champions League.
which Mbappe, if Mbappe does go next season, which it looks
No,
likely, Mbappe is calling for it. If he does go, it's attractive for Rudiger to be a part of that team. It's attractive for him to be a part of the team with Alaba. So
I hear you. I hear you.
you never
Then
know.
again,
You never
he's got a
know.
German coach. He's got two German players with him. He just won the Champions League. We're challenging
You
for the
never know.
league. So I don't. You never know. But I think he'd be foolish as a player. He'd be foolish to leave.
Yeah, no. So my opinion on the Chelsea versus Leeds game, I watched the game. That was an end-to-end game. Another soft
Yeah,
penalty. I agree with you that. But Rudiger, bro, yo. Every time I watch a game, he's in the middle of the
he's a
fights.
beast,
He's
bro.
in the
He is.
middle
This
of
man's a
everything.
beast.
He's
Yeah,
Elbows,
yeah.
chasing.
knees,
He's doing everything.
throw.
But like
Oh,
you said, only now that you highlighted it, he's fighting for a big contract. And Fahim says that
oh,
they offered him
deserved.
400K
Hey, what was that?
to leave Chelsea. Yo, bro, that is a lot of money, bro.
That's a lot of money. He
Yeah.
should take it. I'd
What's his
I'd
age?
take it. Rudiger is 26, 27. Young man,
Yo, no,
bro.
he's a
Young
young
man.
buck. Yo,
He
man,
looks
Four.
like a
no,
Wait. 400,000 for a defender a week.
um,
No,
that's
no.
what Real
That's,
Madrid are paying,
that's
bro. How much you think Alaba's on? How much you think Alaba's on?
I think 180 or 200.
You crazy. He was on 180 and 200 in Bayern. I think he's on four.
Sure.
He's on four. I think he's the highest paid player, one of the highest paid players in Madrid, bro.
For a
yeah, no,
defender, that's
that's
insane.
hey, bro,
That's
no.
insane.
That's Real
That's
Rudiger is
Madrid,
insane.
bro.
looking for his ID when he buys to the Joel. That's a lot of money for a small lightsy like that. I'll
Yeah,
take it
Yeah,
if I was you.
yeah.
bro.
So we was, yeah.
I think move on from this. Chelsea's scatter luck, but that's the
Okay, got
Premier
the
League.
3 points. Got the three
3 points
points.
is three
Got the three
points.
points. Got
Okay,
the three
I
points.
think the next topic, I don't think we should speak too much about it because it's not the Manchester show, and I think we deem it a bit too much. So my take on it as a United, I think we played well, we controlled the game, and now hear me
Mm,
out, and I know I'm gonna get stick to this every week,
mm,
bro.
mm,
Our
mm,
most
mm.
improved player under Ragnick is Fred, bro. The man gave the pass for the goal.
So
Think
his
about it.
job,
You haven't watched him
Graf,
Yo,
obviously.
finally,
that's his
bro.
craft, though.
You know, you know,
Like,
you know, you know, you know, you know you know what? You know what? What's his song? Mario Balotelli tune. You know why he don't celebrate?
He's doing his
You
job.
know why you don't celebrate? Do you see the postman when he comes to your post box and puts the post in? Do you see him running around like this here and doing celebrations? You should know. That's my craft. Why would I celebrate when I score a goal? Being paid to score. So please help me understand why Fred now for the first time is passing a ball. You want to clap hands.
No,
let
no,
the
no,
man
wait.
explain.
That's
I'm
not what
not
I
gonna
said. That's not
understand,
what I
Alexei.
said. That's not what I said. I said our new formation 4-2-2. The man is playing a lot better. He's not playing the CDM. He's playing
Significance.
box to box.
He's just
So he's
playing
up and
for me.
down, getting the ball. He's playing a lot better, bro. Whether or not, or just honest opinion, he's playing
I
a
hear
lot
you,
better.
TP. I hear you. I
That's all
accept
I'm
your
saying.
opinion.
The problem
I,
is now a lot of players lose out because so Marshall wants to leave. He's confirmed he wants to go. For me,
yeah,
the only
sad.
thing Marshall did good was the Liverpool goal. If any United fan can tell me when last you remember Marshall doing something fantastic besides
Who's
Southend,
Marshall now?
Anthony
Matters.
Marshall, you see.
Martial. Ooh, Marshall Matters. Reason why
Hey,
Marshall Matters.
I'm from the
Right,
Cali,
I
what
hear you.
Martial? It's
Alright.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of Marsh? Say Marsh, what's the story, Marsh?
Hey, where's
I
your
hear you,
mush?
I hear you. Yeah, United's
Yes,
kidded though. I saw Pookie had one two firing crackers, yeah.
yeah,
Never
no, I
there.
only they had some moments. They had some
Earned
moments.
his
De Gea
money.
is, but like everybody's saying, yo, De Gea saved you. What's his job? It's in the
You know,
definition
his
of his
craft.
job.
His
Goalkeeper.
craft.
He's saving it. He's doing his
No,
craft.
no, no. We don't clap hands for that. You're right. It's his job. He played his part. That's what he did. Klar.
Yeah. So
How
we'll move
about that
on from. Yeah.
Stevie G reunion, bro? I say, you know what? Before I give you the floor, hey, Liverpool supporters are classics here.
Oh, it's
Why?
been like
See,
that, huh? It's always been like that, man. It's been like that.
I've had to watch Chelsea and Liverpool in Istanbul, right? The Super Cup, and I've had Melis and them. And unfortunately, these always booked the tickets before me, so they booked us the section where I was parking with the Liverpool supporters, and these always tuned me, "Hey, bro, don't scream when Chelsea score." I tune, "What you playing?" Anyway, long story short, Liverpool. I was parking with the Liverpool supporters, bro. Hey, what an experience, bro. So anyway, Chelsea scored. You check. Haters social media. Yeah, you know where you are. Actually, this is Anfield. Actually, my man, this is Istanbul. I paid 8 grand for this ticket. I'm gonna scream for my team. It was always understood. They end up parking with me and me. And it was at the classics here. The reception they gave Steven Gerrard. I even got goosebumps, people. Sorry, bro. That's all I'm
100%. I
saying.
mean, yeah, definitely he deserves, of course.
He's
That
a
was
legend,
standard.
bro.
I mean, he's a legend, and they've done it with Danny Ings. I think Danny Ings has come in like twice. He's came back to Anfield and they celebrated. And what I liked about Gerard is that it's not about the show. It's about my job. And prior to that,
My
it's like
team.
it's
He
right.
removed
Yeah,
himself
yeah.
completely. Yeah,
He removed himself completely, and that's like a top athlete.
professional.
You know,
I
take
appreciate
yourself
that.
out of it. But we turned the screws. I don't know. Como, you all said that the top three teams were skidding. Let me tell you, I watched that match. We turned the screws. We didn't skid
What
in that
screws you
match. If you
turned?
look, we
What was the
turned
score?
the
What
screws.
screws you
What
Doesn't
was
turned
matter.
to
the
give
Doesn't
me the
score?
matter. It
score?
doesn't matter
What
about the
goals? What
score.
you turn?
1-0.
Come on, man.
Again,
Ew.
we practically sat on the cop side of the pitch
On the
throughout
which
the
side?
second half. The cop side of the pitch. That's where we most of the time you find us attacking, you find us a threat. And throughout
Okay.
that second half, we were not
Nah, I
skidding.
hear you.
And just like
No,
let me
look,
tell you,
I think.
but
Hmm,
Mings
Heavy
played an
play.
exceptional. Mings played exceptional in defense. Right? Listen, he played exceptional until he caused a penalty. Now you know what happens when you're
Yeah,
under
Mings was
pressure.
good, yeah. I was watching Mings.
Yes,
He played
but you
fantastic
can't be
that
under
game.
pressure for so long. You know what's gonna
yeah,
happen? You're gonna make a clumsy mistake,
you're gonna
like he did
buckle.
against Salah. Salah took him on penalty. We were knocking on the door one way. There you go. You'll never see a penalty like that ever. The
Where?
man hit it in the inside of the post. That's not by
Oh,
chance.
Yeah,
It's
that
world
was
class.
the that was the
Go and
best
see
one of
that
the best
penalty.
penalties I've seen this season.
You'll
It
never
was a
see a
very good
penalty like
penalty.
that ever. Inside of
madness.
the
I thought
post. That's
that's a normal
practice.
penalty then. So it's a
So let
penalty.
me tell you.
You earn
Let
four
me
hundred
tell
grand
you.
a month. You should be able to put a ball in the 6 yards.
That's
Who
what
clapped for that?
that's what it does.
You gonna clap for that?
That's what it
You gonna
does.
clap for that, boys?
That's what it.
Scored against
That's what it
Mo
does.
Salah scored a penalty against Aston Villa, and you're getting excited. Man,
I'm
what
not
is
getting excited,
You are.
bro.
You are. World class
Bro,
penalty.
my
It's a
team's the
penalty.
highest goal.
There's four
Liverpool's the
penalties that
highest.
got scored this weekend.
Liverpool scored the highest goals thus far in the season. Has got the most conceded. It's conceded less goals in the
Hey,
season,
Kazi,
right?
Kazi,
10
where are
clean
you
sheets, bro.
parking?
Everything is on
Where are you
top.
parking? Where are you
We
sitting?
there. We there.
Where?
We
Okay,
there.
no,
We
okay, okay,
burning the
valid
flame.
point, valid
Burning
point.
the flame.
So
Ah,
let's
yeah,
say
you.
Burning the
Liverpool
flame.
got a
Burning
history
the
for the
flame.
most goals. It all means nothing if you don't win the league. I'm just
No,
gonna add that
Hundred
point.
I
percent.
think
No, 100%.
I think I
All,
just want
all
to
I'm
say
saying is,
I'm only teasing. I'm teasing. I think for me, Chelsea started off like a house on fire. Chelsea's now being found out. I think for me, the title race, and I'm not going to exclude myself deliberately, but I think it's between Man City. There was some Junja Lucas scored more penalties than Mo Salah. You see,
hey, the Lucas Como penalties.
yeah, as Lucas scored
Yeah,
more
but
penalties
Jaluka,
in the whole world.
but the difference, Jaluka wasn't getting paid, but we used to celebrate at training
Yeah, I
as
remember,
a
bro.
striker.
But I want to say,
Yeah.
I think for me, Man City, and Liverpool for me are playing exceptional football. You have
Yeah.
Yeah,
to.
true.
I don't care who you are. If you're not a football, if you're not watching football with your eyes open, then you're gonna say, I know. For me, the two teams that are firing is Man City and Liverpool. No, hands down.
Well,
But
that's
Yeah,
current. That's current. That's
but
current. That's current. That's current.
the
It
African
happens.
Cup of Nations
It's
is
coming.
coming around.
It's coming. Yeah, you're waiting.
You're gonna
Like we
rock
spoke.
fall.
Like we
You're
spoke
gonna
about. Now
twala.
listen.
Don't
Like we
bump
spoke
there.
about in the
Don't bump
beginning. In
there.
the beginning of the
Mukus, don't
season,
come
there
there.
was one
Bump
session.
there. You're
Beginning.
gonna rock
Listen. In the
fall.
beginning of the season, you spoke about
You're
depth of
gonna
our
rock
team.
fall.
We've proven that, right? We've proven that to
Let's
this
see.
point.
Let's see.
Now we talk
Curtis
about African Cup
Jones
of
or
Nations.
Riggy and them
Let's see.
stay
Let's
strong
see.
for five
okay.
Let's
games.
see.
Let's just get on point now. Como
Right.
saying African Nations Cup is coming. Before you comment, Como, who
Mm.
is going? Who will leave you guys in the? Tristan, this is for you. Who will
Mm.
leave
People's
Liverpool? So
shoelaced.
that's it's a long time, bro. And
Let me.
quarantine for
I would
7 days.
it's Mo Salah, it's Sane, it's maybe Keita, it's Joel Matip, and I think it's that other one. There's another player. It's five players, and
No,
not just normal players.
Joel Matip is Joe Matip is no
Cameroon.
more
He's a
international.
Cameroonian.
He's no more international.
He
He's
retired.
retired. He's retired. He's not.
Well, make him go
Retired.
score goals then. Make
He
him go
scored
up
goals.
front. Make
Yeah,
him go
no,
on the
but
edge.
in
He will
all
score goals.
honesty, people,
Let's see.
To lose
Hey,
Mo
it's
let's
Salah,
see.
it's a big
lose
loss,
Mo
bro.
Salah, Navigator, and
Losses.
Mane.
We should
Oh,
shop in the January. I think we will shop in the January window. I
gonna
think we
have
should move
to.
to the transfers. We've got to move to the transfers now and see.
Who you're gonna have to,
Okay?
Exia.
You're going to take
So
us
I
to the
think
transfers?
Andre Pons made a good point. He says was just going to chime that Como
Tune.
AFC is around the corner. FA Cup is also around the corner. If Pool stays in the Carabao Cup, something else to think about. Depth is coming
It's
into
true.
play again. That's a good comment, yeah.
It's true. It's true, bro. There's a lot of tournaments, and what happens is in January, not only is there more cups coming up, that African Cup of Nations could go for 6 weeks. Plus, there's not transfer. There's quarantine issues with the UK and Africa. So for instance, let's just say somebody in South Africa makes it to the African Cup of Nations. Automatically, when you go back to the UK, 2 weeks ban, 2 weeks sitting in a hotel. See, people, it's gonna
Let the
disrupt you all.
money, let the money talk. Let the money
Okay,
talk.
let's move on.
We're
Let's move
figuring
on.
out
Well done.
now. We're figuring out now.
Okay,
Listen,
I
we're
hear
figuring
you,
out
brother. I hear
that
you.
Okay,
Europeans are
so,
corrupt. Okay.
since you spoke about transfers, so I think another good topic to discuss, and I think this is important. How's your transfers doing? So I'm going to start to United. So and you can chime in for whatever players you think I might have missed out. Jadon Sancho. Hey, I don't know. I don't know.
Coming right. It's coming right. Give him
No,
time.
no,
Coming right.
he's coming right. He is coming
Coming
right,
right.
but I think I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him.
You got to play the youngsters, Exia. Youngsters are not seasonal professionals. Jadon Sancho's first team he's ever played for was Dortmund. Before that, he
But he's
played
playing,
he
bro.
played he played
Jadon Sancho
juniors.
starts every
No, that's
game,
what I'm
bro.
saying. When he play, give him. You gotta give even Van der Beek. You gotta give him 10 games in a row. Then you can judge him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sorry to interrupt, bro.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do like a out of 10, 1 out of 10. For me, still on the fence. I'll be fair. I'll give him 6. I think he's a 6 out of 10 so far. He can improve. He does some fantastic work. What my confusion is, he played right wing for Dortmund. He drifted to the left now and again. But now it seems like we got rid of what's that lighty Speedy Gonzalez? Daniel
James.
James. We got rid of Daniel James because we wanted Jadon Sancho to occupy that. But now we're playing Jadon Sancho on the left wing, which is like, wait, really? What's going on? But anyway, that's Jadon Sancho van der Beek. That's a whole nother story. When he does get a chance, but he doesn't take it.
Yeah,
He
that's
seems
true.
like he's confused. He seems like he's confused.
I
So
think he,
me,
I think he tries toward.
yeah, I think he's trying. Yeah, exactly that. He's trying to
Who
on. He's
else will
going.
sign? Who else will sign? DP Varane, Sancho.
You can't say Varane because Varane was
Ronaldo.
fantastic until he got injured.
Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, bro.
Signing of the season so far.
Ronaldo's
I
playing
don't care
well. I won't go.
whether
I
you
won't go
like
as far as
him.
calling him signing of the season.
Is the
He's
signing of
scoring the
the
goals.
season. Whether you like him, whether you don't like him, Ronaldo was putting United on his back like Quasimodo. He's got a
Let me tell you.
hunchback at the moment. He's carrying United. He's doing squats up Padula Road grounds, the
Let me tell
stairs.
you,
He's
come on.
carrying on.
Can I
He
add on
You
scored
know
a
that?
you
goal.
like it, yeah? It's like Zuma's
Can I?
pro.
Don't
She
ex,
wants to
don't
ban
ex,
alcohol. She
don't
wants to ban
expect
cigarette
him.
sales. You don't
Don't
listen.
expect him to run left back 2 step overs. He's scoring in almost every single game
True.
at
Yeah.
36 years old.
Yeah.
That
You know
man's a
what?
beast.
Just to add to that, I mean,
Hill is down.
when the coach goes and he says, "Listen, gents, today we're going into the gym, go and work out. But you, Ronaldo, I only want you to do shoulder press,
Carry
because we
United, son.
need you
He
to
needs to carry
carry
us.
this
But bro,
team on
He's
Sunday."
playing
let's
well.
let's 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 look at it like this way. Let's look at it this way. When Ronaldo joined, every United fan except Duran was celebrating. Duran's a United supporter with a Liverpool jersey underneath his United thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then they were saying, "Hey, he's back, he's back." Then they said United the problem. That man scores almost every game, bro. The man
Yeah,
and he is pressing. So those who saying he's not
that's
pressing,
what
he
I'm
actually
saying,
What
does
about
DP.
the
press.
pressing, man?
Which
You're worrying
which
about
which player
nonsense.
which player would you say? Let's open this up right now. Chelsea
Yeah.
signed Lukaku. Lukaku's been injured. He's let me down, but he needs more game time. He'll come around, right? Which player in the Premier League, the signing so far, has lit the Premier League up for
Okay.
whatever team that you can think of? Name me one.
Okay.
I say Cristiano Ronaldo for me. Who you
I
say?
say I say Virgil van Dijk.
Hey, we talking about the transfer window that passed, man. What's wrong with you?
Yay,
Man,
the man's
puffing
a
hunger.
transfer.
You puffing
He's like a
hunger there. Take that
he's
cap
like
off.
a
You
new
hot.
he's a transfer. He never played a whole season last
Listen,
season. He's
stop it.
come into our
Stop it.
team.
Stop
Virgil
it.
van Dijk is the best signing in the
You'll sign that.
season.
You'll sign a defender that rings Chuba. What's his name? What's his name? That defender. What's his name?
Hey, we never sign anybody. Still
You'll that
second.
defender.
We never
But
sign
PP,
anybody.
wait, James, on a
Okay.
serious note now, we're
Okay.
drifting. Which other player for you that signed? Bro,
Yeah,
I think
definitely
that,
Ronaldo.
It's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is
It's
definitely the
Ronaldo.
best.
Yeah.
bro,
Okay, let's move away from Ronaldo signings. What about Chelsea signings?
Lukaku, one player we signed this year was Lukaku.
Put a number. One to 10.
Fraud alert.
3.
Yeah, Mike Ross in a suit. You watch suits. I always had my doubts. It's that first touch. They call him the missing piece of the puzzle. Man came and broke the puzzle with his first touch. Bro, Lukaku.
But I told you, Kobo. I told you, Luda.
No, they all this. He's coming home. Yeah, he's coming home. He come home. We get thunder. You must see there on the streets, bro.
Out of
Let me
one
tell you
to
the
10.
story.
1 to
Let me
10.
tell you the
1
Tuchel
to
story
don't
10.
even
quickly.
want to play him.
Let me
So
tell you
wanna
the
play
story
him.
quickly. So there was this huge phenomenon that happened, and the Hubble telescope, they spotted this like rock on Mars, and it was a different color to everything else on Mars. And hey, the incident, the incident, I love the incident. So
Lukaku's
they were
first
asking
touch.
what is it called? Lukaku's first touch.
I saw that thing. That's Lukaku's first touch. Hey,
Yo,
bro.
bro.
Zlatan even been shooting one day. This guy. I passed the ball. I tell him, Lukaku, I passed the ball to you. If you control it properly, I buy you Ferrari. He passed, hey man, say touch. Ball flew there. Look at this man. Offer the man a Ferrari, he couldn't control the ball.
That
I
is
know.
hilarious. Okay,
I'm a
so
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Peep, you got nothing to say about your transfers. You transfer Virgil then die.
We got no. Besides Virgil being the best transfer this season, there's no one else I can think of. I mean, Jota's definitely
He was signed last season, bro.
he was signed but last season was like
What that
fast.
defender? What was his name? What was his name? The defender?
Konate, he's a decent. He's
Konate.
good.
That's the only player you
We
bought.
can't. The only player we've really bought. But I'm
You know who's impressed me?
Jota.
The lighty Conor Gallagher. Chelsea.
Oh,
Chelsea
like bullied
Loney.
us, bro.
Chelsea Loney.
Yeah.
He's playing with Crystal
Everybody
Palace.
bullied him. Yeah.
He's playing well. Yeah. He's playing
Okay, so
well.
let's since people's
Move
going to
on.
talk about transfers that happened 2 seasons ago, and he doesn't want to talk about his transfers. Let's move on to. I think this is a good one. January transfer. What does your team need? I'll go last. Peep, you go first since
I
you're
need
going to talk
Lukaku
about
to
your lead.
score.
You're going to talk about you need no Salah.
No, I think you look at our defense. We don't need no one else in the midfield. We don't need no one because Keita's going to
January.
go. January 100% because no, we don't need anybody else. And I think our club was 100% correct. The thinking of there's a window you got to buy. Wait. You're thinking
You're
of a
losing your
listen.
Wait, Como.
I'm going from defense to attack. We got defense. We don't need anybody in the defense. We're very fine in the defense. In the midfield,
Okay.
we're only losing Keita. Keita's been injured probably 70% of the season. So we don't need Keita because we've got Fabinho, we got Thiago, we got Henderson, we got midfielders there. Up front is where we're obviously going to be, it's a big concern. So we definitely would need, I would think, only need to buy one more player. The thing of buying this, now the window's open, let's just buy. It doesn't make any sense. Klopp's right. Let's do what we need to do where we can fit in. There's one light here, but that's not even a sure thing. It's a rumor in the air. We'll see what happens. But we only need one player up front. The two will go. We carry it for the month.
We'll come back.
We'll Divock.
It's here, take care now. Wait.
Maybe my next night. Maybe my next night.
Picture the scene. Picture the scene, bro. You in the hospital. Your friend says, "Love, we got a son." Love, we got a son. What you want to name our son?
I am naming him Divock.
Yeah, Divock.
No.
Even if it's a girl, I'm naming her. I'm naming my girl Divock.
Okay, so Como, what do you think,
Something
Como?
else. Chelsea doesn't need anything. Chelsea just needs to get
You don't
Lukaku
need
firing.
anything, man. You,
We
you
need to
want
get Lukaku
yours rich
firing.
Bali and Belito to start buying
All
for
we need,
nothing. That's what you're
all we need is our players back. We need Lukaku back, firing. We need Kante back because Kante is the best player in the world. I don't care who you are, where you're from. If you don't see that, then you don't know football. Kante is the
we need to
best player in the world.
we need to
I
sell him.
currently at
That's just
Salah for
how it
me.
is. No, no. There's a difference. There's a difference. Salah's scoring goals. Kante's stopping goals.
It's different.
Kante's
It's
out.
different. It's different.
Chelsea's not the same. Kante's out
Yeah.
now. We're not the same. So it's different. We just need Lukaku to start scoring goals. Werner scored 2 goals in the Champions League and created one, but he inconsistent. Inconsistent. Um, if we can get Chilwell back, if we can get
Mm.
Lukaku scoring, I'll be
Doesn't he
happy.
have an ACL though? Chilwell got an
Who?
ACL, huh?
ACL.
Chilwell?
But we got
Ooh.
Alonso. We got depth. We don't need to worry about
Yeah.
defenders. I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
scoring goals is fundamental. TP. I think it's important. I think
Yeah.
with all what's your take? Who you all need? Jesus.
Hey, bro.
Jehovah.
So
Jehovah.
me, it's a
Martians.
centre back.
Jesus.
We need a centre back. We need to get rid of that. We got. You know when you got robbed, you got robbed. You went into the store. You said, "Please, can I buy Lacosta?" They said, "Take this Lacosta." It got about 7 crocodiles there. They tell you it's a new style.
The
You
new
get home, you
style.
check it, and I also said, "What is that you bought, bro?" That's what happened, Maguire, bro. Yo, that was bad.
Yeah, no, Harry
I
Maguire
don't
is the
understand it.
prince.
Yo, he's bad,
Nah,
bad, bad,
guys,
bad.
no, man, let's be honest. You know strings. It's called strings. Sky News, Presbyterians. You know strings. For that team,
Stings was
No.
better, but
for that
Stings
team
is
is
better
clear.
than
So strings is
no
better
Sting,
than strings is better
Maguire, bro.
than Maguire, bro.
Gary Goldstone, Pie is better than
No,
Maguire,
no,
bro.
no. Pi was world class compared to Maguire.
Maguire.
Pi was
Who else?
world
Even
class
even
compared to Maguire.
Labacheese. You put Labacheese in Maguire, Mario Labastachny. He's even better than Maguire in that position.
Ah, bro,
Chrissy,
similar.
Chrissy's
I think
better than
even some.
Maguire.
I think Clean
No,
Keach.
not
No
some.
Clean Keach. Not some. Ah, bro. United still has Jones. Who's Jones?
Yo, T-Rex is a
Yeah,
joke.
misses. Jones is the worst defender in history.
No,
Jones,
no, no. Yeah, this, bro. Jones has survived how many coaches?
because he's
Ferguson,
always injured. He's always even
David
Shaw the
Moyes,
same. Even
Louis
Shaw.
van Gaal. The man has survived so many coaches, bro.
Yeah.
And the man's contract ends in 2024, bro. Can you
They'll,
believe that?
and they'll re-sign him. You'll see.
I won't be
Ah,
surprised. But he was on the bench. He was on the bench for the last few games. The only thing I want to see Jones do, know that one where he comes running and pulls a mellies and runs straight into
hey,
you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
telling you, like Charles Icky's the way he pulled his down.
that was just bad, bro.
Crazy.
That was just bad. But anyway,
What's the next
there's
topic, bro?
there's there's no that I think that we've discussed everything. Weekend skidders. That's like the last topic.
Yeah. No, I think we discussed those skidders. We all
Uh,
skidded this
uh,
weekend. I think the
and, and,
Man
and
City
you-
penalty was terrible, huh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
So you also
what
the
I
Man
think.
City penalty.
Bad,
Never
bad,
never
bad,
catch
bad,
that one.
bad.
Never catch
And that
that
was
one.
VAR checked.
Well,
I did the
what's your thing
That was the
quickly,
worst part.
briefly, gents? What's your think on what's coming up? The matches coming up. You got Brentford, United. You're away to Brentford. You're away to
Ooh.
Brentford. United. Um, actually, no. This is the 14th. When's the 14th? That's two. When's the 7th?
See
Hey,
now.
just someone stop smoking before the show, bro.
Ah, right. Hunga.
Wait.
You're puffing Hunga. You're not
No,
even
hundred
chewing that.
percent.
Take that cap off. Maybe take that Uchi off, fix it. Who
No,
you look,
man. Let's see
what
what's going.
result? What pictures are you looking at?
Wait. Okay.
Right, guys, like and subscribe and all at the bottom. It was a pleasure having you all today. While Tristan
Yeah,
searches for his
like
results and his
while
fixtures,
just searching for results. Hey guys, thanks for joining
like
the
and
show,
subscribe.
Fahim,
Thanks for joining the
Ian,
show.
Tesh,
Tash, Muda,
Peace, kids.
or some.
Shot,
What's that there?
Mr. Bonds.
Dennis.
Thanks for joining the
Oh,
show,
okay.
gents. We appreciate it. But yeah,
Yeah,
if you can
peace
Peace.
out,
like and subscribe,
ones.
it was a good one. Yeah,
I
it was
think
nice.
you know what I wanted to ask the guys who actually watch the show. Obviously, we appreciate all and stuff. Maybe give us some topics. What would you like us to discuss? You know, we can
Yeah,
throw it
yeah,
into the
definitely.
show, mix it up. We can actually take a couple of callers. It'll be interesting to hear what maybe we need to discuss certain topics that we're not discussing. It'll be interesting to hear from yours. Drop us a link, drop us a message. Thanks for tuning in.
Shot for the outro. Thanks, gents.
So the
Salute,
guys
like
have
and
requested that we put Shambis on the show. So we will be inviting people in studio,
Yeah,
but we will mute your mic if you misbehave.
Mastering the English language is like a prerequisite of the show. Just
Anyway,
Shambo,
guys, like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. And we're gonna pop out with the request from everybody: put Shambis on, please.
Please, all of them, please. Okay, check it out. Let's give the viewers what they want.
This is not
Yeah,
Boss
no.
World Circus.
Okay,
This is not
okay. Let's
Boss
look at
World.
this.
This is not
There's about
time.
7 hours in the show. If we get 3 hours that ask for Shambis, he's on the next show.
Yeah, majority rules.
Majority rules.
Peace out, gents.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Listen,
Okay,
take that
what's the
cap off.
story?
Take that cap off.
See you guys.
This is a pull and bear. It's a pull and bear. Pull and bear.